Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you a quick breaking news update because I think you guys need to know that this is Shady beyond shady. So in the last video, which basically I just posted just like 12 hours ago, and that was essentially a report that was on the police commission saying that they're going to extend the investigation. That was announced on Monday the 28th. Then on Tuesday the 29th, they decided that they're just going to wrap up the investigation. So according to the police, the investigation on Son Jung Min is now closed. Yeah. So forget about the pencils, forget about them trying to go in and erasing any kind of scores, forget about even announcing who was on the committee. They didn't even announce who they were. They barely even met. Remember they postponed that meeting? And then remember that they were going to meet for the first time on Monday. So they met for the first time on Monday. And then they said, oh, we're going to extend the investigation, but we're going to work out the parameters. And then by the next day, they had secretly met. And then boom, they say they're done. There's no criminal findings and we're done. That's it. So if anybody was questioning why Korean people are so suspicious when these types of committees occur, when people pick up on clues along the way, why they may be quote unquote paranoid or concerned that there might be something going on, and why it's very dangerous to try to censor people when they have their concerns. This is why, because throughout the way, there have been indications that something like this would happen, and it indeed happened. And it's very interesting how they did the timing of this, because yesterday, so that was the 29th when they announced this, on that same day there was a highly anticipated announcement by Yoon Suk-yeol, who was announcing his run for the presidency of South Korea. So there was a big hoopla. Everybody was anticipating this announcement. He's going to run on the conservative ticket, so he's going to be one of the front runners to run for president. And he especially has gotten a lot of heat in the press because apparently there's this secret X-file that exposes some sort of corruption. And that was supposed to be some sort of scandal. And then boom, right after that press conference, when everybody, all the news outlets were focused on his press conference announcing his candidacy, that's when they dropped the bomb about ending the investigation for Son Jung Min. So Son Jung Min's father, of course, is perplexed. He's bewildered because the police also said that, okay, we're ending the investigation, but we're going to continue to put a team on the case to try to wrap things up. So that also sounds like the investigation will continue. What it really sounds like is that what we've known all along. They want to make sure that the conclusion that they had set from the beginning, that there is absolutely no criminal connection in this case whatsoever, was concluded by the police to make sure that that stuck no matter what. So that's what they are able to do. And then whatever this, follow-up investigative team can do, they'll just kind of do to make the family feel a little bit better, just kind of like assuage them and, kind of like say like, okay, well, too bad, it's just kind of, it is what it is, guys. So that's very unfortunate for the family because they weren't even consulted. So remember, this was supposed to go on for about a month. So what are the next steps? So the next steps can be a submission of the case to the prosecution because the filing by SJM's father still stands. That is still alive. The criminal filings against Mr. A still stand. And in a way, perhaps this is a silver lining because the police could have dragged this out. The police could have dragged this out and made us forget about this, especially during this season where the political campaigns for the presidency has heated up. So now that it's going to go directly to the prosecution, perhaps the momentum will continue. And perhaps it could be used by somebody in the presidential field as their ticket to get some attention for their presidential election. So maybe it's going to backfire against the police, because now it's just going to be a game of politics. Because I think in that way, that's kind of like the only currency perhaps that SJM's father has at the moment. He really has to kind of hook this on to some sort of bigger prize. And this bigger prize has to kind of benefit some other, big whale out there. And perhaps it's gonna, give a boost to somebody in the presidency, or on their way to try to get more votes, or on the way for the prosecution to get a little bit more power back on their side and weaken the momentum that the police were having. And so I think the police really did screw up public support that was really gaining on their side, because people were tired of the prosecution getting away with a lot of corruption. And now the police, boom, like right when they had that chance, right when they had this opportunity to say like, hey guys, you know what? Give it to us, let us also be on par with the prosecution. They just messed it all up. They really lost that opportunity. So that is the really quick update right now. And so we just have to wait and see when this is going to be thrown over to the prosecution. I guess it's going to go over after this so-called follow-up investigative team wraps up with SJM's father. And we'll see if the prosecution accepts the case. That is the key, to see if the prosecution is also wrapped up in this. If they reject it, that'll be a huge sign, and who knows how the public's going to react to that. All right, guys, we'll see you again very soon. All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Tune in next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Love you.